Now we're going to review Earthspark Warrior Class Megatron. And I'm starting him off in his weakest of the two modes. I usually start in vehicle mode. This is vehicle mode. It's not my fault, okay? And it is this. That is... oof. That's something. Let's be honest with you. That's something. The wings are way too far forward. There's this giant lump at the back with the cannon sat on top. This does not make any sense at all. This is not good. And the wings are clearly just the robot arms. Like just not even tried to hide them. They're just sort of bent with a propeller on them. This isn't good, sadly. It's really not. But we'll bring in size comparison. Tell you what, we'll do this one quick. We'll do don't know this Legacy Wild Rider, so it's that big. But what we more importantly want to see is the deluxe version. And this is where the deluxe version has it shot down in flames. The deluxe version is way better. Stuff in the way. There we go. Deluxe version is way better. Have I got that in better? In properly? No. Bit fiddly this bit. Don't think I've got that lined up properly, but it doesn't matter. This one looks way better. Like the wings are a little far forward, but theoretically you could see it still flying if it's got lift. I mean, yes, they are still the arms, but at least it looks like wings from underneath instead of arms, you know. It looks way better. It just does. It looks way better in this one. The deluxe looks way better than the Warrior Class in this mode. I'm sorry, it does. That's all I can tell you. I mean, like, even if you turn it underneath, okay, you can kind of see where it goes. Fine, alright. What does this one look like underneath? Hollow. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. If there's like an upgrade kit that fills this, if someone wants to send one to me just to pad that out, it might not look as bad, but yeesh. Right. Oh dear, poor little sausage, honestly. I mean, you might go, that's not fair ugly, this is a Warrior, that's a deluxe, you know, there's a price difference, you know. It's more fair than you'd think, okay? And we'll show that by transforming it. So you pop the gun off the top. Come on. Come on. It's got these, it's got a peg and a bit of a tab attached to it. It's a very weird apparatus. Like, look at that. It's a round peg, and then it just extends off. And they go into these two slots. The deeper bit, which the peg's supposed to go into. It's a very weird apparatus. But that's what it looks like without. Doesn't look any better, does it really? Let's be honest. Okay. We'll look at that more when we transform you. And what we're going to do is we're going to unpeg the feet. Come on. They are stiff. Now, tell you what, we'll rotate these down first to unpeg them if they haven't already unpegged. And now we'll try and get the feet. I'm not supposed to do that. Right, try this again. Let's pretend these untabbed nicely. There are big tabs here. They're going to slots in the toes. I think it's the second slot there. Okay, we'll rotate this all the way over the top, and they kind of click into place if you want to. Even without that, they kind of soft tab into place. Rotate out the feet, which don't always like going, but we'll look more into those when we get to articulation. There you go. Then we're going to turn the waist around, bring it up, rotate these little bits down as hip skirts, and now we need to pop the propeller parts out. They're on a hinge here, rotate them out, and that will allow it to move. The arm will bend more than it needs to. These actually go into a tab, a slot there, to lock them into the correct position. So we'll untab that, and it locks into place. Straighten the arm out, turn it, straighten the arm out, turn it. Now we got possibly the coolest part of the transformation, and I'll give them this one. This one's cool. We need to unhook this. There we go. This side hooks onto that side. You'll get used to that as you go. Unhook. And then, this little bit here, that's a double hinge. Yeah, a dreaded double hinge. So we're going to rotate that all the way out, and then all the way through, and make sure it's into place. And that's where the shoulder's done. All the way out, rotate it through, all the way into place. There you go. That's the other shoulder done. Now, for dramatic face reveal, we're going to slide this cockpit piece forward. It's on a slider. Rotate it around and slam it into place. And that is Megatron in robot mode. And you know what? That looks really good. Really good. Before we get too into it, there's the weapon. Look, it looks like that. They've actually painted the back silver. The other one hasn't. And he's got this big thing on the side. And you're like, well, what's that for? Well, that's for the gimmick. You can flip this through. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the washing machine. Flip that through and you get a little stabby thing. Not a big fan of that, but it's a feature. And you plug that onto the arm. You can do it the other side, but then it'd be hollow. So we'll do that. And there is Megs in his robot mode. And he actually looks really good. The shoulders look fantastic. These shoulder spikes and stuff, which he has in the show. Head doesn't do anything. Bit of a bummer. Waist swivel. Awesome. Ball joint. Over 90-degree bend, but it's a bit low down. Bit weird. You know, if it double hinge. You know, if this one locked into place and there was an actual robot mode hinge for the knee, that'd have been better. Ball joint, fine. That you can do the little flip out gimmick if you like. You can stab people. It's fine. It's not bad at all. Again, very hollow from the back. Very hollow. A feature on ball joints, and I'm not sure if they actually rotate a little bit. I think they do on that little screw there. I think they get a little bit of wiggle, but not a lot, and I don't want to mess with it in case they shouldn't. But they are on ball joint, and you get tiniest little bit of wiggle out of them. But it's fine. It's all good. It's fine. So, I've got this one, and of course I've got this one. And this is where the question comes in, and I'm actually putting my head on my chin, hand on my chin. This one, you know, at least at a distance, with the extra paint and stuff like the paint on the legs, and you know, the shoulder spikes and the painted cannon and stuff like that. This one probably looks a bit more show accurate. You know, the wings for the tail fins are on the outside instead of on the front. This probably looks a bit more show accurate. But then this one is possibly better designed. I mean, it's got no waist swivel, which that was got, but the head turns okay. These shoulders are on a ball joint inside and then a shoulder hinge. This is just on a ball joint. These bits are in the way, whereas they aren't on there. This one's got a bit of ankle, like built in, like proper ankle compared to that one. This cannon doesn't have any kind of gimmick, but I'm not really a big fan of gimmicks, so it doesn't bother me. And this one is only hollow in the legs, but that's transformation, whereas this one is very hollow. It's honestly, who would you pick? I don't think it matters, to be honest with you. Whichever one you get, you've got a pretty good version of Megatron. Like, I wish there was like a halfway between them. You know what I mean? Like if someone took most of the engineering stuff from this, but then some of the design elements, like the little cockpit turnaround, stuff like that, that's really good. You know, the little elbow propeller things, really good compared to this one. But then they don't really work, but because like the shoulders and stuff for these things, they look great, but the head doesn't turn. And then, you know, it's weird. Like, I like this one. This one looks great, but I think that one's better engineered. But then I wish this one looked a bit more like that. So it's very much a toss-up. It's like, which one do you prefer? Like, literally, it's dealer's choice at this point. It's not going to make much difference. They are both really cool. I mean, again, this one's got better articulation. in some places because he's got a way swivel and he hasn't. But then he's got a proper knee joint and his are way far down. Honestly, it's dealer's choice. I'm quite happy to just have them both together. Honestly, it's not like I'm going to be reenacting parts of Earthspark. It's not really my kind of show. But I'm more than happy to have them both together because they both look great. And that's, I know it's a bit of a cop-out, but I'm happy with them both. For argument's sake, there's Legacy Dragstrip. Put him there. So he's up. Yeah, alright. And here is Deluxe Optimus. So, like, honestly, it's dealer's choice. If you want to see what they look like dual wielding, there's one. And there's the other. Yeah, you can swap the cannons. They don't look very good, and this peg is slightly tighter than that peg, or the other way around. It's fine. So, yeah. Don't know. Pick whichever one you prefer, honestly. I'm quite happy with them both. They both bring a different flavour to the event. Yeah, one's limeade, one's lemonade. I like both. And I'm going to run away. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and I shall see all of you in the next one, where someone makes a slightly downgraded version of me, but actually looks better and has some articulation I don't have, but then I've got articulation it doesn't have, and I just... Bye-bye!